entirely merciful, the especially merciful. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah the Almighty be upon all of you. I am Umair bin Abid, and you are watching Umair Linguistics. This is the lecture about syllable and a phonetic approach to syllable. In the last lecture, I told you about syllable briefly. Now we're going to look at syllable phonetically. So first of all, what is a phonetic approach? So the main difference between phonetics and phonology is that whereas the phonology deals with the underlying system, the ideal pronunciation of a particular word, whereas the phonetic deals with the actual performance, how you hear some sounds or some words, how you hear and how you speak, how you articulate some words. Therefore, in phonetic, we study that, for example, there is a word sophisticated, but no one in all over the world, the all people will not pronounce this word with the same pitch, with the same loudness, with the same frequency. All of them would have different loudness, pitch, frequency. So this is the phonetic approach, which deals with the actual performance. And therefore, in phonetics we have different software like Prat and other softwares which record these sounds and then try to make a graph of these sounds of different people like this. So this is all about phonetics. So now we are going to look at syllable in this way. Although we will not look at these graphs, but we are going to look at that how they become and how syllables are more prominent, or which things are more prominent in a syllable. So this definition: sound refers to mechanical pressure waves and the sensation arising when such a pressure wave strikes your ear. So whenever you listen some sounds, so before the sound reaches to your ear, so they generate a pressure wave and then it strikes your ear. Actually this will deals with acoustic phonetics, whereas a phonetic approach also deals with your perception of sound, how you hear a sound. It also deals with loudness. So loudness means the breadth and amplitude of vibration of vocal folds. Breadth means how much your vocal folds spread while producing a sound, and amplitude mean the wavelengths of that sound. So amplitude always could be shown in a graph. For example, you must have look at graph like this, and there is like this. So these are higher amplitude. So moreover, we also look at pitch. Pitch mean how high or low the sound is. So actually in pitch we study the buzzing of vocal folds, or you can say the vibration of vocal folds. The higher the vibration, the higher will be the pitch. The lower the vibration, or the smaller the we should say the lower the vibration, the lower will be the pitch. Similarly, sonority mean how powerful they sound to listener, how powerful sounds some sound perceived by listeners. So mostly vowels have more sonority. Vowels are more sonorous as compared to consonants. So this is the phonetic approach, and this is what we study through different softwares. We should have a lab, so there are a lot of facilities required to actually looking at all this stuff. But let's come to syllable. So syllable center, so a part of syllable which is produced with little or no obstruction of air, and we already know that these are only the vowels which are produced with little or no obstruction of air. So it means a syllable must have a vowel. Vowel is a compulsory part of syllable, as I have told you in the last lecture. It is also called peak or nucleus. So keep in mind that we can call uh, center, peak and nucleus. All these words are same. All these words will be used for vowel in the syllable. When we say syllable center, so it mean syllable center mean vowel in the syllable. And if we say syllable peak, it means the vowel in the syllable. If we say nucleus in the syllable, it all once again means the vowel in the syllable. Now what could be the minimal syllable? So the minimal syllable is typical a single isolate vowel. A single isolate vowel is the minimal syllable. It could be a monophthong, diphthong or a triphthong. The example of monophthong is, for example, if I say this is a book, so here this a, this is the transcription of a. This is a book, it is a monophthong. Sorry, this is not a monophthong, actually this is a diphthong. And the example of triphthong is, for example, an hour. This is the pronunciation of hour. And monophthong example is, in received pronunciation, this word is pronounced as a if the following word is starting with a consonant. For example, if I say these are the books, so in this way it will pronounce as a in received pronunciation. And keep in mind here we are going to look at received pronunciation. We are not going to look at other accents or other varieties of English like American English. Although in American English R is always pronounced because it is a rhotic variety, whereas in British English and mostly in received pronunciation is not pronounced unless the following word is starting with a vowel itself. So we can say that is a monophthong. So these are a few examples of syllable of monophthong, diphthong and triphthong. Now let's come to the onset. So what is onset? A structural element in a syllable which precedes the center. So center means vowel. So any element which comes before the vowel, it is called onset, and it is produced with greater obstruction of air. So you know onset is always a consonant, so and consonant always produced with greater obstruction of air. An onset is always formed by one or more consonant. In onset there could be one consonant or more consonant, or we can say that this is also the definition, the part of the syllable before the vowel. So here ba, kha, th, th, two consonant and j. These are all onsets. So once again if we look at American English, so we will say bar or car or tar or star or jar, but we are looking at received pronunciation, so we will not pronounce r. So these are onset which are preceding vowels. Then what are open syllable? So a syllable that ends with a center, it means a syllable that ends with a vowel, it is called an open syllable. This is also the definition. We will look at coda as well. So these are the example. Go, transcribe as like this, then show, then wow, then grow, then snow. So these are all ending at vowels or ending at center. So these are all open syllable. And if we talk about coda, so what is coda? A structure element in a syllable that follows the center. It means an element that comes after the center or that comes after the vowel. It is called coda, and it will also be pronounced with obstruction of air because it will be a coda or it will be a consonant. So in this example we have s, bus, s, indus, colossal. There are two codas, two consonants, then j, then t, and then vowel. So these are all the example of coda. Now if we look at this word car, so in a non-rhotic accent means received pronunciation, which we are studying. In received pronunciation, this word has no coda. This word will pronounce as ka. But in American English it has a coda, because in American English it will pronounce as car. To keep in mind. Now zero onset, as the word suggests, a word which has no onset means a structural feature of a syllable that has no onset, means that there will be no consonant preceding the center or preceding the vowel. So these are the examples: a vowel, there is no consonant before a, and, under, amid, and extra. So there are no consonant or before these vowels, so these will be called as zero onset. These are all words will be called as zero onset. Then zero coda. So once again it's quite easy: a structural feature of a syllable that has no coda. It means when there is no vowel, there is no consonant following the center or following the vowel. Center and vowel are same, as I have told you. So these are all the examples of zero coda: ba, kha, tha, sta, and ja. Once again, if we look at these words according to American English, so these have coda because R will pronounce. But in the case of received pronunciation, these are all have zero coda. And the other undisputed examples are grow, show, similarly the, the. These are all the examples of zero coda as well. Zero onset and zero coda. There are a few words, a few syllables which have zero onset and zero coda, like a, I, our. Once again, I am not going to talk about that in American English. This will pronounce as R, this will pronounce as and this will pronounce as our. We are talking about received pronunciation. So in received pronunciation or British English, these words have zero onset and zero coda, because there are no consonant preceding the center, there are no consonant preceding the vowel, there are no consonant following the center or following the vowel. Then checked syllable or closed syllable and checked vowel. So whenever a word ends at a vowel or a coda, like this bus, and this is ending at l, colossal, this is also ending at consonant, this is also ending at consonant, l, t. So these consonants are called closed syllable or checked syllable. So actually a syllable that ends in a consonant, sometimes also called a checked syllable, irrespective whether it has an onset or not. So the vowel forming the center is called checked vowel. So there are this word has only one syllable because there is only one vowel. This word only has two actually vowels, but this is also ending at consonant. So these are all the example of closed syllable. This is the whole. This whole is the example of closed syllable, and closed syllable is also called checked syllable. Now there are what are checked vowel. So we have talked, because these are ending at consonant, so these syllables are called closed syllable or checked syllable. But what are the checked vowel? So let me show you. Let me erase. So this sorry. Oh. these vowels or these centers which are just preceding the consonant, the last consonants, these are actually called the checked vowel, foul, a whale. So now this will not be called as checked vowel. Why? Because this word has two syllable, a whale, a whale. And similarly this word has two syllable, colossal. This word has one, this word has one, this word has one, because diphthong is also regarded as one syllable. So in this word a, in this word ow, in this word a, in this word u, u, and in this word o, these are called checked vowel because these are preceding the consonants. Now what is rhyme? So the part of syllable containing the vowel plus any following consonant. This is called rhyme, or a structural element in a syllable comprising the center. Some center mean the vowel, and coda. Coda is optional once again in rhyme. Together these elements account for rhyming potential syllables. So let's have a few examples. So mine, fine, hide, wide, white, night. So in all these examples we have a nucleus and we have a coda, and nucleus and coda combinedly called rhyme. So this I, or and this I is in this word I is the vowel, and this n is the you can this I is the vowel, or this I is the center, and n is the consonant. So these combine, these will combine and create the rhyme. These will combine and create the rhyme. So mine, fine, hide, wide. So the underlined words letters are creating rhyme. In mine we have this ein. In wide we have this id. In white we have this. So you can see this is the center and this is the consonant, center consonant, center consonant, or you can say vowel consonant, vowel consonant, vowel consonant. So this combination creates the rhyme. So but actually these should come at the end. These should not come at the beginning. So then it will create a rhyme, as you have observed in the poems. And these underline letters or these underline sounds are also called checked vowel or checked syllable, because these are preceding the consonant. So these are also called checked syllable or checked vowel. The prominence of a syllable center, so or the prominence of vowel, we can also say that the prominence of vowel in the syllable. So what is prominence? So the combination of greater loudness, higher pitch, greater duration, and sound quality. Pitch could be lower as well. So when a sound have all these qualities like greater loudness, higher pitch, higher or lower pitch, greater duration, and sound quality, these all will combined to make a sound prominent. So this is called prominency. If a sound have all these qualities, so that sound will become prominent. And vowels are more prominent in the syllable as compared to consonants. So in syllable center, or you can say in syllable the center has the more loudness, more pitch, and duration of sound as compared to surrounding sounds. Similarly, vowels carry relatively more power as we talk about sonority, so they contain more power as compared to consonants. So actually these are all the stuff we look at in detail in labs, and it require a lot of effort as well. So but we have discussed that these are you can say the complexities we have to understand before we do something. Now if I give you an example surfacely, if you have a thorn, if you have a thorn in your foot suddenly. So what sound will you produce? You will surely you will produce like ouch, a, o, e, a. So you could say you could observe that why do not pronounce b, l. Ever you have you ever pronounced these sounds when you have a sore in your foot, or when you have a sudden, you can say, uh, sudden mistake, or you can say someone hits you suddenly? Do you say b, l? No, you say a, o, e, ouch. So we can observe that once again we focus and we make the vowel sounds more loud, more, you can say, have greater duration. For example, you say ba, a, e, o, and vowel sounds are potentially sound more sonorous, more loud as compared to consonant. How much you can make a consonant more louder? B. Even in b, b is ending at a consonant sound, that is, oh sorry, vowel sound b. Even you say mama, mama, if you say like this, once again you are putting more you can say putting more effort on the vowel sound. So vowel sounds are always more prominent in the syllable. Now look at briefly the syllable structure. Actually this is topic we will look at in detail in some lectures. For example, when you have to make the structure of a syllable on the page, for example you have a bird. So what will you do? Like this, that bird, and I want to pronounce I want to make it structured. So this is the sigma, then this is the onset, and here is the rhyme, and in rhyme we have nucleus and coda. So onset will be b, and the nucleus is also called the vowel, it will be like and the coda will be like d. So because this is the pronunciation bird, because we are not pronouncing r, once again American pronounce r but British do not, rp do not. So this is the syllable structure, and C stands for coda as I have written here. So the next lecture will be syllabification and or you can say syllabication. So I hope you would have understood it. You can provide your feedback in the comments box, or if you have found any difficulty in this lecture, you can ask me in the comments box. So don't forget to give your feedback. Remember, in your prayers. Jazakallah khairan, and thank you.